Welcome to part 11, the finale of the AWS Ecosystem Deep Dive series. If you have watched all the 10 parts before this, congratulations. You have covered an incredible amount of ground like security, networking, compute, containers, databases, storage, integration, analytics, CI/CD, migration, governance, and AI ML. In this final part, we are going to cover some additional categories: IoT, media services, business applications, and cost management. Then we will do a comprehensive recap of the entire journey and talk about what's next for you. By the end of this part, you will have a complete map of the AWS ecosystem in your head. You will know what services exist, when to use them, and how they connect together. This is the payoff. Let's bring it all home. Let me quickly cover some additional categories that might be relevant depending on your use case. Remember when I mentioned smart devices earlier? IoT is for connecting sensors, devices, and things to AWS. You can find IoT in here in this section called Internet of Things. All these services related to IoT are listed over here. IoT Core, which is over here, that connects devices to AWS and handles billions of messages. And IoT Greengrass, which is down here, runs AWS services on edge devices. So your devices can do local processing even when offline. IoT Analytics, which you can see up here, helps you analyze all that IoT data. Now, when do you use this? It comes into the picture when you're dealing with industrial sensors monitoring factory equipment, smart home devices, connected vehicles, any device that needs to send data to the cloud. If your organization deals with video content, there are specialized media services on the left. If you scroll down here, you see media services. Kinesis video streams, which you can find here, is for streaming videos for processing and machine learning. Media Convert, which is right here, is for converting video files to different formats and resolutions. And Media Live, which is right below here, is for live video streaming with broadcast grade encoding. And finally, Business Applications, which you can find on the left over here. Amazon Connect is a cloud contact center, voice, chat, email, SMS, all channels. AI powered features for agent assistance. Pay per use pricing. This is a major service for customer service operations. So when we call it a contact center, you're basically thinking about automated agentic call center systems. Amazon Chime, that you can see right here, is for video conferencing. Simple email service, that is right here at the bottom, is for sending and receiving emails at scale. Pinpoint, which is right here, is for customer engagement, push notifications, SMS, email campaigns. And there is one more section that we need to cover, which is end user computing. And this is where you see workspaces. Workspaces provides virtual desktops, Windows or Linux desktops in the cloud. Great for secure remote work for your employees in the organization. Before we wrap up, let me quickly mention cost management, because managing cost is part of being a good cloud engineer. And you can find those related services right here at Cloud Financial Management. You can go into billing and cost management, which lets you analyze your spending. AWS Budgets lets you set spending alerts, cost allocation tags, which help you track cost by project or team. You can also configure savings plans like reserved instances right in here. Cloud is pay as you go, but that doesn't mean you ignore the bill. You have completed the AWS Ecosystem Deep Dive. Let's recap our entire journey. In part 1, we gave access to people and applications through security, identity, and compliance through IAM, Cognito, KMS, Secrets Manager. In part 2, we built the network foundation with services like VPC, Route 53, API Gateway, CloudFront. In part 3, we deployed applications using services like EC2, Lambda, ECS, EKS, different compute for different needs. In part 4, we set up data storage, RDS for relational data, DynamoDB for NoSQL, S3 for objects. In part 5, we integrated services using SQS, SNS, Event Bridge, and step functions. In part 6, we added analytics with Kinesis for streaming, Athena for querying, Redshift for big data. In part 7, we structured our development using code pipeline for CI/CD, CloudFormation for infrastructure as code. In part 8, we migrated from on-premises into AWS using services like DMS for databases, application migration service for servers. In part 9, we set up monitoring and governance with CloudWatch for metrics, CloudTrail for auditing, autoscaling for capacity. In part 10, we added AI capabilities to our applications using Bedrock for generative AI, SageMaker for building custom models. That's over 100 AWS services explained through one continuous story. Now, here's what I want you to do next. If you found this series valuable, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have more AWS and AI content coming, including deep dives into specific services, certification preparation, and hands-on tutorials replicating real scenarios in real organizations. Second, share this series, please. Send it to a colleague. Post it on LinkedIn. Share it in your team's Slack. The best compliment that you can give is to share this content with others. Third, connect with me on LinkedIn. I share AWS and AI tips, career advice, and insights that don't make into videos. The links are in the description below. Fourth, leave a comment, please. Tell me what you learned. What was most valuable? What you want me to cover next? I read every single comment and I respond to as many as I can. So, what's next for you? Create an AWS free tier account, follow the official tutorials, build small projects, or follow me for more. Use ChatGPT, Claude, or Amazon Q with prompts like explain what AWS Lambda is. Give me 3 real world use cases. Explain why and when it's used. Finally, consider certifications as per your interest. But most important, and the final note, you don't need to learn everything. Focus on the ones that matter. In 90% of the projects, you will use maybe 20 to 30 services. Master those first, then expand from there. Remember, you don't need to learn every single AWS service. This is how you learn AWS quickly. This is Vidyasa. Thank you for joining this deep dive. Now, go build some amazing things on AWS. Good luck.